please.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Chief. So, so we are Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation. We are more like an NGO. We are government registered. I mean, we are registered with the government. Simply put, we are Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation. Our vision is to help people discover their potentials and also to see how to equip the society to be a better place. Our slogan majorly is equipping society towards better life. That is our slogan. And we do this under four major strategic pillars, which are under education, health, charity, and empowerment. I take that again: education, health, charity, and empowerment. So for the education, it's basically reaching out to people who are still in school, either primary, secondary, or tertiary institutions. For the health, it's about giving relief items, drugs, donations, tests, medical checkups, and all of that, which we've done in our previous um, outreaches, yes, in time past. For the charity, we've also done that. As a matter of fact, last year, December, we went out to a a police barracks around Ijora Olokwa here in Lagos State. We went there on December 24th, and we were there to share relief items to the occupants of that particular place, which was received warmly. And today, I mean, yesterday, we started our virtual training about artificial intelligence, which we can more or less put under the empowerment pillar. That is equipping individuals, business leaders, and different persons from different sectors or industry on the use of artificial intelligence in their various or in their respective fields. So this we've come up with as an organization is also our own way of giving back to our society and making the society a better place. So tonight, yesterday we started with the research aspect of artificial intelligence. We had someone from University of Alberta in Canada, a nurse researcher. He was the one who took the session. Like I said, we'll make the recording available, we'll send it to our mail. We'll also probably drop the link on the WhatsApp platform. We'll share the materials as soon as we get it. So that is not a problem. Tonight, we are continuing, or we're going to have to look at education, and our facilitator is here in our midst. So I'm going to read his profile and we are going to welcome him without further ado. So for tonight, we are looking at education in digital age, utilizing the multifaceted AI for tutors and learners. Our facilitator is a seasoned accountant with a strong passion for education. And this led him to transition into the field of teaching with more than a decade of experience in the educational sector. He specializes in instructing year 9 and senior secondary students in commercial classes. His primary focus is preparing students for both national and international examinations, such as the National Examination Council, NECO, and international assessments, including the West African Examination Council, WAEC, and the National General Certificate of Secondary School, that's IGCSE. He's currently serving as the team lead at Busy Minds College, Lekki, that's in Lagos, Nigeria. He demonstrates leadership qualities and ensures the academic excellence of both students and fellow educators. Please join us as with a resounding applause. We can do that with an emoji as we welcome our brother and our friend on board who will be taking us on the topic tonight in person of Mr. Oluwatobi Akinde. Mr. Oluwatobi Akinde, you are welcome, sir. You have the floor and you are free to say. You are muted, sir, in case you are muted.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I hope we can all hear
Good
me.
evening, sir.
Yeah, I hope you can all hear me.
So I don't know if it's from my end, but I think you need to speak up a little bit. Others can confirm, please. We want to really
Good evening.
maximize,
Can you hear me?
and we hope. If you can hear him, maybe it's me. So let's respond, please, so that we don't stress him.
No,
Don't
no,
want
no.
to
You won't
stress my
stress.
girl. Dotson, please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Can you hear him? Dotson, you raised your hand. Okay, you can hear him. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe it's my
Okay.
speaker or
All right.
something. It's fine. You can go ahead, sir.
All right. So, thank you so much. I also want to appreciate the foundation for a privilege such as this, so as not to take so much of our time. The class we had yesterday had, okay, Mr. Sheung, your hand, Oluwaseunlani, your hand is up. Yes. Yes, you can speak, sir. You are muted. Okay, I will assume maybe that's a mistake. All right, like the session we had yesterday has given us a very robust basis, right? That's really given us a very robust foundation upon which I can continue to this class, right? But basically, you look at the research on an holistic level, but here we want to narrow it down to education, and basically education has to do with from kindergarten right up even to the university as we have it, because most of what we'll be looking at, if you're an educator, whether in the university, whether in the polytechnic, whether in the secondary school, whether in the primary school, some of the few tools that I want to look at will be very, very they are hands-on for you if you actually know how to use them, how to navigate them. But before I move into the few tools I have here, especially for if you're a teacher, you're an educator in the Nigerian system, there is something I need to bring to our notice, because we will get the best out of these tools if you understand how to prompt them. Just like our facilitator said yesterday, you will get the best out of them if you know how to prompt. For example, a tool like ChatGPT 3.5 does the details, the data on that 3.5 doesn't go beyond February 2022, if I'm correct. So every data, every details, if you're asking it for something current, something 2023, 2024, you may be getting wrong or unreliable data. Why? Because the configuration does not exceed that point, right? But you have ChatGPT 3.4.0. That's the premium version. That's updated. That one is online, right? That one can give you an up-to-date information, basically. All right, but even the one of 3.5, if you know how to prompt it very well, you can get the very best, right, out of it. But as educators, I need to know, give us something along this prompting that I was talking about. Now, we would have noticed something about the Nigerian system of education, whatever it is that we call it, that is more cognitive in nature. Are we together?
Yes, sir. You are clear, sir.
All right. So you will notice that it's a bit cognitive in nature. What do I mean? It basically has to do with what you can remember. That's the way our curriculum is structured. That's why you will find that our final examination, most of what you have there is define, state, explain, list, right? So it draws so much on what you can pack inside your head. So if you are someone that knows how to pack stuff inside your head, you can do all of those stuff with fantastic, call it flying colors or whatever. But we are looking at how to get the best out of AI, right? As far as our this thing is concerned, and getting the best out of AI basically means it's going to want to transit beyond just Nigeria. We are not trying to do it in Nigeria. Some of us will have opportunities to run some of these stuffs outside the country, as the law will help us. Okay, so we need to understand how some of these things work. So there are basically there are three domains of learning. All right, you have the cognitive, you have the psychomotor, and you have the affective. But Nigerian system only deals with the cognitive. Check through our past questions. I saw a financial accounting past question from a secondary school in South Africa, and that was where I knew that we have been shortchanged by our education sector. when we're in the university, some of my colleagues here can vet when we're in university, we're taught IFRS, and it was another time that IFRS was adopted, and then we're being taught that maybe part two, part three, I can't remember now. But when I saw the SS3 question of South African secondary school, I saw IFRS questions in SS3. So as far as their secondary school curriculum is concerned, they were moving at a pace higher than our own university system. All right. So in order for you as a teacher in Nigeria to be able to bridge this gap, in case you have an opportunity from outside Nigeria, you will be able to balance it. You will not be shortchanged. You will not be at a disadvantage. All right. So I'm going to walk us very quickly through a document now. Where is that? I'm going to walk us through it. I will be sharing quite a number of stuff now. All right. So uh, I'm going to walk us through a document now. Like I said, if you're a teacher, you know what the Bloom taxonomy is all about. Basically, it looks at the domains of learning, and it looks at the verbs. So you as a teacher, if you want to prompt ChatGPT, or you want to prompt Gemini, you want to prompt any of these AI, it is these verbs that you will need to get the best out of those devices. Because if you don't actually, if you want to stay with, okay, how do I put it now? For example, this will first of all affect your lesson objective. Because every topic, the next that comes from your lesson is, so what are your objectives? What do you want to achieve? And you will find out that 80% of the lesson objectives that you have in Nigeria are, that's 99.9% are cognitives. If you're a teacher here, you can bear me witness. Go through your lesson by the end of this class, the child should be able to explain, the child should be able to define, the child should be able to list, the child should be able to state. That's what you find everywhere. And then you find out that we are just graduating a bulk of crammers, chunk of crammers, people that cannot actually relate what they are being taught to their immediate environment, people that cannot actually relate what they have to their immediate space. So what this material helps us to do is it gives us a very robust verbs that we can actually use. Like I said, if the school you teach dwells on the cognitive, fine. But the essence of this lesson is to take you beyond the Nigerian space. Are we together? Hello, are we together? Hey, Jesus. I hope I'm not too fast. Okay. I hope I'm not too far. We can talk and unmute ourselves and talk, all right? Okay, okay, all right. So like I said, the whole essence is to take us beyond the Nigerian space, right? If that is what is obtainable in the school you are serving presently, fine, no problem, okay? But just have this as a hands-on knowledge for you that this basically is operational within. I've seen curriculum from schools in Australia. Because I've taken some students lessons there. I've seen curriculum from schools in the UK. I've seen curriculum from schools in South Africa. I've seen curriculum from schools in Ghana. Nigeria seems to be standing on an island. Our educational scheme is backward. I tell us the truth. Maybe that's why we are where we are. All right. So in order to be able to relate with these our other countries, then we need to actually know what's actually going on, right? So the Bloom taxonomy that we have they dwells on all of this. It follows all of this. So these are key verbs that you can use to generate details or data from ChatGPT or from Gemini or from some of the other AI that I will be introducing to us. So, for example, if you want your child, if you are looking at something creative, maybe you are looking at a project that your student can do, you can come here and look at words that you can use. Under create, you have generate, plan, design, formulate, build, invent. All right. So this document gives you a wide range of prompt verbs that you can use to generate your scheme of work, that you can use to work on. Most importantly, your lesson objectives. I'll be showing you some examples as we go on. Most importantly, your lesson objectives. Very crucial. Most importantly, your lesson objective. So you have the evaluate. If you need them to evaluate, these are other verbs that you can use. From so and so discourse, detect. I think some of my colleagues here that are accountants, like the chairman and also can verify that when you write ICANN, I think maybe the last diet or the last your final stage, you write something called case scenario, case study. right? And then in that situation, you are actually giving a story, and then you have to do some financial analysis. Please, if I'm correct, please you can try to let me know. So I'm not speaking, I'm not speaking off, but I think you'll be giving. Okay, thank you, sir. You'll be giving a case study. Now, the Nigerian curriculum does not permit you to think that way. So that's why initially when it came, quite a number of people found it difficult. Meanwhile, in the Bloom's taxonomy, right from kindergarten, children are meant to be able to run on case study materials. When the squad I joined now, they are a big go on that. And many of our students, they find it difficult. I take economics. And then I give a very robust scenario and say, from this scenario, can you look at this scenario, detect, discuss, or advise the government how best they can run the scarce economy? And they come and tell me, sir, your question is always difficult. You are always this. You want to kill us. You want to crucify us. I don't blame them. It's just because many of these schools dwell on the cognitive, all right? So I would definitely make this material available to us. So we'll be picking our prompt from this device, so that we are very sure that as a teacher, you understand that your lesson objective must cut across those three domains of learning. A lesson objective where you have state. You are just know that you are raising a crammer, or you are raising somebody that all he can do is to pack stuff inside his head. He cannot apply it. So when you look at a lesson objective, it must have a place where it deals with it. State or define, which is cognitive, must have a place where it talks about application, which is the psychomotor aspect of learning. Must have a place where it talks the affectionate. How can you relate this to this? How can you corroborate this with this? That is the only way that we can have a grounded learner in our classes or in the education sector. Like I said, while I was preparing this slide, I understand that we may have a major limitation in Nigeria, because if you are working in a public school, you don't find this kind of structure in some public schools. Some have those that have actually teachers that understand this Bloom's taxonomy very well, but you don't find that very common around us. All right. So the first area that I will still introduce us to is still ChatGPT. Almost everybody is familiar with ChatGPT, right? And the reason is because basically ChatGPT is free. Anyway, you can see ChatGPT 3.5 is free. It's free. It then means that you have a free version, you have a premium version. If I go there now, and I move down here, you can see that there is 3. GPT-4. That is more like an online version. This one will give you almost an accurate data, but 3.5 has the database is pegged to a particular year. Okay, so for you as a teacher now, you want to come here and maybe you want to, for example, maybe you want to learn more about a particular, because as a teacher, I know honestly, you need to go to your class with you must have mastered whatever topic you want to take as a teacher. And so maybe while you were studying as a teacher, while you were preparing, maybe you had a roadblock, some things you don't understand, or you just have issues. Okay, or maybe you saw a contest like third world countries, or you saw, for example, I can say, I think there was a time I was juggling between the contest of what do you call it now, uh, economies of scale, right? We have economies of scale, we have the economies of scale, but because of my class, let me go to the economies of scale. Let me just use scarcity, so I can say explain more on scarcity in economics context. Okay, so this is my prompt for this AI device. Can you see? It's going to roll out information for me to read. Now, the whole essence of this information is rolling out is so that I can have better understanding of this subject, right? Maybe what I have in the textbook is not enough. You can come and meet ChatGPT as a teacher. Maybe there is a student just stands up in the class and say, why is this? And why you explain, I don't know that you have made that, you explain and explain. Instead of looking at you one kind, you can say, okay, please give me till next time. next class. You can come here instead of going to Google. ChatGPT already goes. It goes into the internet and packs all the data that are relevant to what you have asked for. That's what makes it stand out. It goes and picks near relevant data. All right. So for me now, I've just asked the question to give me an explanation on this topic, and it has, for me, it has really done a good job. If you look at stuff it gave me, a roll down in economics. Society refers to fundamental problem of having limited resources in the face of unlimited wants and needs, and then it goes down to break it down completely. That's what this device is. It's a very powerful AI device. I can come and say, it's not just in economics, right? I can come and say, I don't know. The prompts are limitless. Okay, but I just want to use economics because that's the subject I teach. But the prompts are limitless. Can come and say why differentiate between the third world countries. Okay, we have developed countries, we have underdeveloped, we have developing. People don't know how to distinguish between this. You can come and meet ChatGPT and say, why is Nigeria? Okay, I'll say why they say Nigeria is Nigeria. Sorry, a developing country or underdeveloped or whatever it is that people call it. See, Nigeria, like other countries, categorized as developing countries. Now, it's going to give you reasons. Can you see one of the reasons why we are? It's corruption. There is no way. There is no AI device that will not mention corruption as part of our problem. Even machines know that Nigeria is a corrupt nation. All right. And I just ask a simple question: why is Nigeria, categorized as a developing? We are laughing. Yes, it's true. Even machine Nigeria is a corrupt nation. I just ask a simple question, so you can see how powerful the tool is. And this is just economics. It can delve into physics. Programmers, if there are programmers, the programs come here to bring their to help them bring their programming codes, right? You can do almost anything. Personally, I use ChatGPT to solve mathematics questions in mathematics. I'll show us now. Like I say, if you're a teacher, I know you must be familiar with this site. You can start with this site, myschool.com. Myschool.com, that's where you have WAEC questions, you have jam questions, you have all of those past questions there. All right. So this is myschool.ng in case you want to visit that site. So I want to pick a question because I have some students that I take mathematics. But I just want to see that this guy can do almost anything, right? So I'm going to visit mathematics now, and I'm going to pick a question from mathematics, and you're going to see that this guy is going to solve the question for me, right? In as much as you can put in now the correctness, or no, you can't actually put graph, but in as if I can put, oh, let me see. Okay, now this one says the angle of a semicircle is blah 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 blah. Find the area of the sector. I've just copied that question. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to drop the question here. Okay, so can you solve this it for me? And you see, this guy is going to solve it for you. Even if you're a mathematics teacher, this guy can make your work a bit more easy, right? Can you see? It just runs the question for me, and then you can see that it's okay. You didn't see that. Oh, sorry. Okay. How we can see the screen now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I'm going to drop the same question again, and I just can you see? It's going to give you step by step by step by step workings of that question. All right. That's how powerful the tool is. Physics, chemistry, in fact, and so that's ChatGPT. Okay. Now, because I'm going to give you another one, we call that Gemini. Now, if you are familiar with Google Bard, some of us are familiar with Google. You know, Google Bard, they metamorph. Google actually has an AI, and the AI is called Google Bard, BARD. But some 3-4 months ago, they metamorphosed. They did some metamorphosis and changed to what we call Gemini. All right, and so you have it here. And I particularly love this at times when I don't use. Okay, so you have OLUWATOBI because I've actually signed in. If you have a Google account, you can sign into this guy. It is not difficult at all. Just go online, and you can actually do it on your phone as well. Same thing with ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT on your phone. So just go online, type Google Gemini. It's going to bring all the device with you. Just log in with your Gmail, and it's going to say hello and your name. All right. So you have you have suggestion. The reason why I love this guy is because it's connected to the database of Google itself. So it gives you a real-time references, real-time details. It can also solve the same math questions. that I just asked ChatGPT to solve for me now. Okay, I'm going to drop the same maths question here for this guy, and then you're going to see that it's going to solve it for me as well. I can help you. Can you see? So, but the problem I have with when it comes to mathematics anyway is that it's actually not as detailed as ChatGPT. Okay, so you can see that but it will still solve it for you. But of course, you are a mathematician. Okay, so if it's wrong, you definitely know where it may have gone wrong. All right. And one thing about this, please, as educators, whatever data, whatever information we get from these devices, we should also fact check it. We should double check it. I remember I did there was a day we wrote an exam in school, and I was very tired, and I needed to submit that question, the score sheet, maybe the next day or so. So I just went to my questions. I copied the whole 60 objective. I pasted it on ChatGPT, and it wrote the answers for me. I tell you, it wrote out all the answers, and I did not that my problem was I didn't fact check it, and I had students that are good. So I just marked the thing like that. I graded it. We sent the report to, and the only mistake I made was that I gave them the script. My God, my class was a tug of war that day. They were fighting me. I got this right. I now said, who has bewitched me? Why didn't I'm not that lazy, but I just okay. So it's an AI. It can make mistakes. It can make errors. Okay, so that taught me very, very valid lesson. And I said I will never try this in my life again. All right. So whatever data or whatever information this AI gives as an educator, fact check. It can mark your script for you if there are objectives. Right. It can. I will go to the last device. It can run questions for you. I hope you know that. Okay, I can say okay. Um let me I will still go back to ChatGPT. Let me come here and say um generate generate 10 MCQ on demand and supply in year 10 economies. All right, so I'm going to ask it to generate questions for me, and then you are going to see it generate questions for me. I'm going to also try the same thing. It's still running, right? Let's see what's going on. Can you see now? It started generating the questions for me. And look, can we see that? And one thing about ChatGPT does that as well. It's going to Why is generating the question for you? It's giving you the which of them is the correct answer. Can you see the first question? The law of demand states that as price of good increase, the quantity demanded increases. Which one is the correct option? Decreases. It's already so why Gemini is giving you the question is already showing you the correct answer. So AI has actually come to make the work a bit more easy, a bit easier, so that you don't kill yourself on the job. Okay, especially if you are working in a school where you do most of your works online. It makes it very easy for you, right? It makes your question, of course. For me personally, I pick questions from my school.ng. I pick questions from AI. I still pick questions from textbooks, and I still generate my questions from inside. Of course, my head has not gone to sleep. My brain has not gone to sleep. Also still need to put it to work. All right. So we can see that as a teacher, your question generation is settled. All right. Your lesson objective. There is a tool I want to give us on that. You can actually use AI to also generate your lesson objective, but I would prefer that we use a particular tool I will show you us very soon. But let me just show us that you can actually generate your lesson objective using AI. Now, how do I do that? How do I do that? Let me go to, let's say Gemini. Say generate generate 3 lesson objectives objectives on depreciation in year 11 financial accounting using the yes, must cover using the three domains, sorry, of learning. Okay, that's my prompt. Generate 3 lesson objectives on depreciation in year 11 financial accounting using the 3 domains of learning. Okay, let me see what this guy is going to come up with and see if it's okay. So somebody sent a message. Okay, Mr. Emma, yes. He said this is the reason why I refuse to go to Nigerian University when I finished secondary school. I looked at renowned university curriculum in computer science, but it was yes, yes, you are very, very correct. Too. In fact, with the night and one of the things that actually pains us where I work is the fact that the curriculum has still not changed. Right? It has still not changed. In as much as we do so much of this in the classroom, we tell our students. So whenever we set our question, 50% of our exam question is still cognitive because they are going to write WAEC, and WAEC is cognitive. Only few of them are writing IG. If you by the time we started running IG questions in school, come and see the way they were failing. Because IG, especially in economics, if IG question in economics is not very technical, but it's purely application. I said no wonder these guys in foreign nations, they come with very, 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 very strong economic plans, economic ideas. Because right from secondary school, they have been solving economic problems. What have we been solving while we were in secondary school? You just cram formula, cram formula, cram formula, and then you are there out there. You are outdated. You can't do much. It all boils down to the our what do you call it? Our curriculum. It's so painful. We are only trusting and hoping that God will bring a change, right? The Nigerian secondary school is not a place I can say go, unless if it's a school that you have actually taken your time to check their curriculum and see that they cover the 3 domains of learning. If they don't cover the 3 domains of learning, don't put your child there. You are going to deem that child a great disadvantage. Why? Because only one aspect of his learning is going to be addressed. The psychomotor will be there. You will not be able to apply anything. Why? The affection, you will not be able to relate anything. So it's just going to be handicapped, right? In that regard. Okay. So thank you for that, sir. So look at what Gemini has come up with when what I asked it to generate for me. I'm not sure if I'll be satisfied with this, or maybe I'll have to go to. Okay, can you see now? He said domains. He's even telling what the domains are. Okay, so for the affective, students should be able to so what he's doing for you is he's giving you under each of the domains, is giving you three separate objectives. So you can just pick one. Look at what he gave us under the cognitive. Define depreciation and explain its purposes in financial accounting. Identify, can you see? Distinguish. All of this one has to do with just reading. If you can read this one and pack it inside your head. But look at the affective. Hear the importance. Recognize the limitations. Feel the ethical implications of proper depreciation accounting. This one goes beyond you. It goes to you understanding what you have read and be able to come and say, oh, these are the values. Because you may not find the value in the textbook. While you are solving questions on depreciation, then you understand the value of that particular topic, right? How it helps you to actually understand, okay, the lifestyle of your asset, the valuation of your asset, the whole depreciation context of your asset. Then you have the psychomotor, which is the one of perhaps the most important part of the whole learning, the application aspect. Calculate, analyze, interpret. This is application, right? So I love what Gemini has done, but if I copy the same prompt and I go to ChatGPT, you will see that ChatGPT, so that's why I'm saying that I use the two of them interchangeably because they almost do the same thing. But this is why I stay with Gemini rather, is because Gemini is real time. It's connected to the Google database. So I prefer it because it gives me real time information. Okay. So look at ChatGPT. For the cognitive domain, it gave me 2, or affectionate gave me 3 rather. Psychomotor, it gave me 3. Can you see? So please, teachers, learners, I think this far and wide will help us really to be more productive and most importantly to be able to work beyond the Nigerian space. All right. So the next one I'm going to talk about, our facilitator also talked about it briefly yesterday, but I want to show us how we can get the best out of it. It's called Slice Go. It's called slicego.com, right? It's basically for your PowerPoint presentation. Our presenter yesterday was talking about PowerPoint that are catchy. The first time I saw this, when I engaged this this powerful AI, I nearly went crazy, right? Because what I love about it is that it will give you tailor-made present presentations. I remember last break time, my boss, she's the school now is not in Nigeria, she's in the UK. She now got a contract to go and educate some teachers in a school somewhere in Nigeria. And so she called me, and we are two team leads in school. I am in charge of the junior school. My other partner is in charge of the senior school. So he called the two of us that we should go and represent her for that presentation. And I was in my head, how do I get? I just came to Slides Go, come and see the you know the PowerPoint template that this guy brought. So I'm going to show us now. For example, if you need PowerPoint around biology, let's say cell, just come here and type cell in biology. All right, and say, can this guy, can you ask this guy to generate? So he's going to generate. He's going to give you tailor-made. Look at what this guy is bringing to your space. Now, whenever you see this crown, so we bow down and worship you. You are going to pay for this one. No, it's not free. Hallelujah. Whenever you see this crown of this crown of glory, it means that you are going to pay, right? But wherever you don't see this gold symbol, it's free. There is no way you're not going to fall in love with these templates, right? That's if you are taking biology. Look at the template that this guy is giving me, right? This one, look at this one now, it's free. Look at this one. This one, cellular morphology, is free. Look at what we have here. Very fantastic, very beautiful, very, very. I don't know the English to use again. Maybe you guys can borrow me English in the chat box. I love the AI so much because I do a lot of presentations beside my class, right? I do a lot of presentations. I have students that I take lessons outside the country, and you just have to find a way to give them that visual appeal. What will make them stay with your class? Okay, so that's for cell. Okay, I'm not interested in any cell again. Maybe I want to take let me go back. I want to take a lesson on entrepreneurship. I don't know. You guys can give me examples. You can see even here you have several. It's already giving me several promptings, right? By the time I come here, can you see? It's giving me several prompts. You see, I have one on Passover, solar eclipse, Easter, cross. Okay, but I don't know. Can somebody suggest another one we can use in the chat box? Maybe I just pick one, and then we'll see the kind of template that. Okay, business proposal. Oh, thank you. Let's check for business proposal. Maybe it's going to give us something nice. Business proposal. Okay, on business proposal, let's see what this guy is going to be. Can you see? It's going to give you tons, loads, and these ones are free. Can you see? It's going to give you a workable template. Can you see? Project proposal, natural soap online. You see, just choose the one. Look at this one, so visually appealing. You have this one, you have the circle diagram for team, and oh my god, it's so fantastic, right? It's a very, very great tool for teacher, because I don't know, there is no way as a teacher, as an educator, that you are not going to work with these materials. Okay, you have a question, sir? I have a question. I'm a front-end developer. But I like researching and sharing my knowledge. I'm kind of looking forward to learning data analysis, but just the fear of the unknown, and I'm confused about the niche to look out for in the data analysis industry regarding the evolutionalization of AI. Secondly, please share with us the list of future jobs that will last for more than 10 years. Okay, I will address this question, sir. I will Mr. Amos, please, in case I forget, please help me, so I will not forget to answer this question.
All right, sir.
All right, I have another one, sales speech. Sales speech. So I'll just take that one quickly before I run to the last AI. Now, these AIs are many there, but I'm telling you, these are the ones I use regularly because they cover my present workspace. You have Chat PDF, like our facilitator told us yesterday. You have many of these guys, right? You have the ones that will help you to proofread your research data. There are tons and loads of them, but as an educator, these are the ones that actually cover my immediate need. All right, they cover my immediate need, even because this is basically education. There are some AI you can use if you're a graphic designer. I'm into graphic design too. If you're a graphic designer, there are AI that you can use that can help you to especially when you have a project on logo. You have to do your mood mapping. You have to do your mind boarding, you are thinking about to generate ideas. There are some of those guys that will help you generate the ideas. All you just do is just to sketch it, go to your design tool, sketch it out, and then you can submit to your client and get your money, right? But because we are basically dealing with education here, that's why I'm trying to restrict it to our education. Okay, so let's just do sales pitch as the last one here before I quickly run to the last but not the least that I want to show us the sales pitch. Okay, sales pitch. Okay, all right. So we have. Can you see what we have here? Okay, so I'm going to pick one of them and show you. Okay, so let me pick this one. So in case you want to use this one, you are going to come here and click on download. So it's going to ask you, do you want to download it as a PowerPoint file? If you are going to, if you want to download this as a PowerPoint file here, it's going to go directly into your laptop, right? But because I need to use it online in real time, I always choose to download it as a Google Slide. So if you pick Google Slide, it's going to help you download it, and then it's going to ask you to make a copy, right? It's going to ask you to make a copy. Can you see? It's going to ask you to make a copy. So once it asks you to make a copy, just click on your copy and make your copy. Where is it again? Where is it on to? Just click here and make your copy. Okay. So it's still working on that, trying to make a copy for me. Okay, so finally it's successfully make a copy for me. That means I can now edit it. So it's going to load, and for every one of them is it gives you about 42 or 43 slides, 40 something, usually between 35 and 45 slides. Okay, so I've already copied this. I can use it. I can to suit my. Can you see now? Can see, you can just scroll down. Fantastic, beautiful design, creative, very visually appealing. So you can just go on, edit it to suit your taste, and then you can move on to the next thing that you want to do. All right. So that's for slides go. Then the last one I'm going to show us is called. This is the most powerful of them all as a teacher, and I really want us to take advantage of it. It's called eduhey.com. All right. So I'm going to go back. 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 Sorry. Okay. So okay, so here you are. It's called eduhey.ai, right? Eduhey.ai is basically, in fact, I don't want to use the word is fantastic. Sincerely, it's fantastic. Now I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with this guy right here. Eduai.com. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to launch rather because I've logged in already. So to log in is not difficult. You can log in with your what's it called now? Your okay, let me log out so that I can show you guys. Okay, let me sign out. So you can actually log in with your your Gmail details. You can sign in. So I'm going to try to sign in now, right? And you can see you can see the prompt that I have just in front of me. So basically, I'm going to continue with my Google account because I've actually logged in with my Google account before. So I'm going to, but if you have not logged your Google account, just enter your Gmail, and then it's very easy if you have a Gmail. If you don't have a Gmail, then you can actually enter with the other prompt that you have beside this. Okay, so here we have Edu AI. You have the generator, you have the assistant, you have the feedback board, you have a chat, but the one that you actually relate with the most is the generator. All right. So for the generator now, uh, it also has a premium version. But before you go to the premium version, you have 15 trials on whatever you want it to do for you. So here you have whatever you ask it to do for you. When it generates it for you, you are all seeing my screen, right? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I want to be sure that I'm not too fast. Okay, so um this is where you're going to come down. This box that you have a topic or keyword. I've already used it 3 times today. So you have 15 slot per day. Once you exhaust your 15 slot, it's not going to respond to you again unless you log in with another. I don't know Nigeria. I don't know Nigerians. We always think is the criminal now, but that's not true, right? What I do, I have for personally, I have close to 4 Gmails account. I'm not into Yahoo. I'm not Yahoo, please. So because I had some I had some online data. issues that I was doing that made me open about four Yahoo Gmail accounts, right? So the moment I exhaust the first 15, I log in with the second. I don't go beyond 20, 15. I don't exhaust the 15 self, all right? Unless I'm trying to revamp the whole of my lesson objective, because where I work, I take account, I take commerce, I take economics, right? I used to even take business study until we scrap. You know, Nigerian school now, they will use you till you are almost out of use. You do like 20 like 20 subjects, right? So I can come here, and the thing what I love most and what you love me about this, what this guy does for you is that he can help you to draw your lesson plan. Okay, for example, I say draw. And now, before I ask you to draw the lesson plan, I'm going to, it depends. I know that some of us say that take primary school, right? That's why I said this tool is very, very powerful, and then it covers almost every facet and every aspect of what you can ever think of. Okay, so whether you are a primary school teacher, secondary, so when you come to the whatever you want it to work on for you, come here and choose which of them that you need. Is it an enrichment program? Is it language? Is it science? Is it social science? Okay, for me now, I think I want to do social science, all right, economics. So basically, I'm going to pick the social science. Then what class? What class do I need to generate this material for me? Maybe the lesson objective, maybe the project. And in fact, it's going to generate everything for you. The project, the assignment, you're going to see it's very soon. So by the time you click here, you have, is it for post-college people? That's um polytechnic or university? Is it for upper class between year 11, year 10? Is it for the middle class? That's just your grade 11 to 12. That's your SS2 and SS3, right? Your grade 9 to grade 10 is your SS1 and then GSS3, right? We get right from your middle class from grade 6 to grade 8. That's your GSS2, GSS1 and primary 6. Then you have primary 5, primary 4, blah blah blah, up to preschool. Candidates from up to preschool if you need material. So, but I'm going to stay with year 11 to year 12, okay, because that's where that's what I needed to help me with. So, in case you needed to work to help you with something other than that, you just click on there. So, I need to draw the lesson plan for which topic now? Let me see it um for international trade. International trade. The specific subject, economics, not commerce. Okay, so let me see if it's going to work. Let's see what's going to work out. So you come here and say you should drop it in the workspace, right? To drop it in the workspace for you. So it's cooking up something. Once it's done, the number will change. You see, it's still 3/5. So once it's done, it's going to indicate that it's done. Maybe you say 4/5 or something. Okay, so it's still actually working on what I asked it to do. All right, so allow it. Can you see now? You have 4/5, and it says I already added to workspace. So what do you do to in order to view that? Come to this side, workspace. Can you see your workspace here? We can all see where the workspace is, right?
Yes.
Yes. You just hit it towards that side with that eye. So you can actually, when you click on that high, it's going to roll out. When you click on the high again, it's going to roll in. So you can roll out and roll in so that you can actually make the best of your space. Okay, basically. So I'm going to click on the high now. It's going to roll out for me. Sorry, please. Once I click on the high, it's going to roll out for me. And then can you see what I have for the? It's already giving me the. In fact, it's even adding to the domains of learning. So for the knowledge base, it's giving me one. For the comprehension base, it's giving me one. For the application base, it's giving me one. Then for the sentences, more like the project you want them to do, is giving me one. It then goes to tell me, can you see what you have your our previous knowledge, right? What's the prior knowledge? Students should have a basic understanding of so. So before you are teaching your student international trade, it's coming to tell me that the student should already have an idea of what demand is. You have tariff, you have exchange rates. Can't you see how fantastic that is? So even as a teacher, it prompts you on the topics that you should have taught before you are teaching this present topic. It gives you a very robust knowledge base, and it means it keeps you on the edge. It actually helps you to know what you are doing. So after that, it gives you a cue set. How do you want to start the lesson? It's giving you 3 different ways that you can start your lesson. Begin lesson by asking questions. asking them to share their thoughts on why countries engage in international trade. If you don't like that, say introduce the concept of competitive advantage and explain how it relates to international trade. If you don't like that, you can go to the Q set 3, giving you 3 different Q sets or ways through which you can start the lesson. So you are not entering the class trying to scratch your head. You don't even know how to start the lesson. This edu aid gives you a very good idea of how to enter the class and how to run your lesson and make the class very interesting and engaging, right? So after you are done with that, then we scroll down. What else again? You have direct instructions strategy. Which one do you want to use? Or you can actually use the 3. You can try to break them into 10 minutes. You do a lecture, you do a visual aid, then you do a case study. Can you see? Almost for everything that you have this guy to do for you, it gives you a case study scenario, which is an international standard for education. It's not just for people writing international exam. It's basically is to be a from a nursery school scenario and nursery school standard, right? But many of us encounter these things. Many of our people here, not me anyway. I didn't write ICA, but they encountered this while they were writing their professional examinations, which actually make it a bit of a challenge for them, right? Something that they could have easily skipped because they are familiar with it. So it helps you. It helps you as a teacher to prepare your students for what they will meet outside. Right? Is that fantastic? Then what are the prize assignment that you can give them? You have the reading and the reflection. You have a game that you can give them. So divide the student into small groups, assign them different roles. Have the exporters, have the importers, have the government officials in a simulated international trade scenario. Have them negotiate trade agreement and analyze the outcome. Fantastic game you can play in the class. Then you have a data analysis assignment you can give them. Provide students with data set on international trade. Can you see, even inside international trade, you can teach them data analysis. Now, this is just for what do I call it? I'm for senior school. Let's see, in case let me try another prompt. Let's go to, because for some of us that actually take primary school, I don't want to take that for granted. Junior school, so that I've been talking more of secondary now, basically because that's where I actually sit anyway. Let somebody give me, if you are here and you actually take primary schools, just give me an idea of what you will ask me to ask, this guy to run for us, and then let me just prompt things. So in the chat box, you can help me drop in there a topic, maybe a question, any subject that you actually want us to, ask. Um, and then we
Sorry, sir.
see.
I think you can even unmute to speak because typing might also
Okay,
take a
yes, you
while.
can actually, yes, you can unmute. Yes, you can unmute. Okay, so let's have anybody. Let's have a volunteer, please, because of my time. I want to quickly round up so that we can have questions and then we wrap up. And okay, there is no primary school teacher here. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, so then I'm safe to run with my secondary school analysis then. I think so. All right, so let's go to mathematics, for example. Mathematics, let's say this 9 and 10, mathematics. Okay, so let's come here and ask this guy to give us a lesson plan for set theorem. Set theorem in mathematics. Okay. Oh, sorry. Set theorem in mathematics. Okay, so it's going to roll that out for us as well. Then let's see what we have for. So it's really rolling that. How do we take? So for these guys, it's not just only giving us the lesson objectives, giving us the whole lesson guide of how to run the whole lesson, and you can do that for you for every single lesson you have the entire time. In as much as you don't exhaust your 15 a day, you don't exhaust your 15 in a day, then you are safe too. Okay, so think where do we have that? It should be somewhere beneath. Sorry. Mm, okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I'll find that. Okay, let me roll that again. Okay, I think it's that's done that. Okay, so we have it here. Lesson is set theorem in mathematics. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to define and explain the concept of set theorem, identify and apply. That is Sakamoto domain. Apply different properties of set theorem, then solve problems involving set theorems using appropriate strategies. Okay, so let's go down. What's the prior knowledge that you have? Okay, so we have prior knowledge, so basic knowledge of set and set operations, familiarity with Venn diagrams, understanding of mathematical notations and symbols. Then we have the Q set. How do you want to take this class? It's giving you three different pathways that you can take that will actually still get you the same result. Then you have the direct instruction strategies, right? Direct instruction strategy. Which of them do you want to take? Do you want to begin the lesson by providing a clear definition of explanation of set theorem using visual aids and real world applications to illustrate the concept? You look at all of these and look at the one that suits you the most, and then you can take it and use it. Then what are the practice assignments? You have three practice assignments here, and that of course basically is an advice from this guy, right? Then you have your team-based activities. That is, if you're in a school where they are big on teamwork, on collaboration, then this device is for you. You need them to collaborate, need them to do projects together, need them to do group work, giving you different ideas that you can use. Then, of course, you have the formative assessment, an idea of what you can do with your formative assessment. And if you need it to come and set questions for you, you can also come here and ask it to set questions for you. Okay, so let me do one more on assessment, and then or I think that so that's on lesson seed, right? You have learning objectives, you have engagement activities. So you can come here and do your assessment builder. There's assessment builder here. Okay, so for upper class now, do you want short answer questions? Do you want matching questions? Do you want essay? Do you want fill in the blank? Do you want true or false? So you can come here and tell this guy to build assessment questions for you, and it's going to do that for you. Okay, so you can say okay, okay. Sorry, is that a message for me?
Not at all, sir.
All right, so you can
All right.
come
So
build your assessment in any form that you like. So let me just try and do one now, and then we can start taking questions. Okay, so I need 10 MCQ. Like I told you earlier on, also ChatGPT can do this for you. Gemini also can do this for you as well on international trade. Okay, so I have 10 questions on international trade. I want multiple choice questions. So can you generate that for me? I want multiple choice question, and I'm expecting it to generate that for me. Let me see if that has been generated. Okay, so let's see if that has been generated. Okay, so can you see the questions now? And we see which of the following is an advantage of international trade. We have A, B, C, D. The question two, which organization? So you can see that this one also will give you the answer. It's showing you the answer, right? So for the one, it's saying this is the answer. For one, for each of the questions that it will give you, just like ChatGPT and Gemini. Especially Gemini, it will give you the option of the answer. All right. So once you copy this one, you can just add to workspace and ask it to regenerate and keep on regenerating for you. All right. So thank you so much for your time, everyone. Do I have any question from the house? Do you have any
do you have
question?
any questions?
Okay, sir. Thank you, Mr. OLUWATOBI. Thank you so much. And please, how can we upload our? Okay, chairman has a question, but before it goes, can we upload our facilitator for if you have been blessed? I think that's the way they say it. If you have been equipped and if you are so happy to hear the things that you are hearing, can you please upload our facilitator? Satobi, thank you so much for putting this together. And
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much for always responding anytime we call on you. So I think Chairman should go first, but let's not forget the question of Mr. Buzo Ima,
Okay, yes,
so
yes.
that we attend to that as well. Chairman, you have the floor, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes,
First, I want to appreciate our facilitator. Thank you for the insights and the impact you have made to us today. In fact, it is clearly shown that we are we are in a world that is now technological based, nothing else. Because if, like the yesterday facilitator said, that information is powerful, which is right, truly. And when the today facilitator was talking about preparing lesson notes, I was like, this kind of tool can even make some teachers to be, to be lazy. Like, just prepare impromptu lesson notes. Just wake up. I have lesson tomorrow. Let's just do this. Well, that's by the way. So my question is on um okay, you were mentioning the curriculum Nigeria system, you know, currently using, which is true basically, compared to the Western world. Is it possible as an organization, like as a Christian Charity Empowerment Foundation, uh, okay, you as an educationist now, can you initiate a campaign for the change of curriculum in Nigeria? Of course, if we are trying to initiate a change of curriculum in Nigeria, uh, which will be a campaign, of course, we have to tell the ones to be adopted, the reason to adopt it, and the disadvantages of the current curriculum, and more so the advantages and disadvantages of the ones you are telling us to adopt. So, is it possible under the platform of Christian Life Charity Empowerment Foundation to initiate a campaign about change of curriculum in the Nigerian education system? Thank you, sir.
yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, one of the things that I think we can do, in as much as we have this platform, is to raise that awareness. Yes, we can use our platform to raise that awareness. And of course, our main trust will be the major um, examination bodies that we have in the country, all right, and within the West African space, especially WAEC, NECO, JAM, right? JAM can find a way to wriggle their way out because it's their objective base. But look at the NECO examination questions, look at WAEC examination questions. They are cognitive. Almost 90% are cognitive, right? So when we have a body like this, we can use it to raise a campaign that across our classes, whether you are in the core north, you are in the core east, wherever you are, can we make sure that every lesson every lesson objective that we draw, cut each of them must actually cut across the three domains of learning, be it gymnastics. There was a time when they introduced STEM. When I just joined the school, they introduced STEM to us. Now, STEM rather is basically science based, physics, chemistry, biology, further math, and all of those sciences. And what they do majorly is they sit down and for each of the topic, they wire an application around it. If I went, because they told us that we have to be the STEM around economics, around commerce, around, I was like, I'm not, I'm very, very, even though I was taking a course in education, those things were, I found it very difficult to work with, to assimilate. So you have to go online, do a lot of YouTube videos, watch and watch. And I now found out that those things, of course, from the foreign nations are more inclined towards the sciences. And what did they do? They want each of these guys to be application driven, right? So you are learning about circuit in physics. How do you build a circuit? When you build a circuit, how do you power it? Once you power it, how do you increase the power? Okay, what it can do, and it cut across all the major subjects in the sciences, right? So such a thing we can. So when they brought it to the Nigerian system, they brought a policy that we did not have an infrastructure to back it up. We didn't have a robust foundation to back it up. Even the teachers that you brought it to, none of them had an idea. They were not taught in that line. So you find out that there are issues that we can use as our launching pad to raise awareness that we need to have an holistic scheme, an holistic curriculum in the education sector that builds our children right from their primary school, gives them that desire to apply what they Give them that desire to build, not just to come and put stuff inside their head and then write the exam and pass and feel that's everything that is to it. So I agree with you, sir. We can use our this body as a platform for awareness. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Sorry, before you continue with the question, can I quickly add this? Okay, I want to ask, sir. Thank God, based on your affiliation and your leadership in the Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation, like this foundation, working with our vision in impacting lives through education sector. Now, if the foundation wants to, maybe we have someone that wants to sponsor less privileged students, orphans, to enroll them in school or to buy maybe jam form, work form from them. Is it possible to work work it out in that respect? Okay, in terms of, okay, it can be like, okay, we want to organize a training, a lessons for them, maybe through the jam or something. Can the organization collaborate with um how can I put it? Is it education, these people like tutorial, edu bridge or something like that, for them to provide a teacher to teach the student at home? Is it possible that the organization can do that? I don't know if you
Yeah,
got my.
yes, I get your question. But yes, that's even a fantastic idea. Now that we even have the world is now a global village thanks to ICT. Of course, such can be done, but online or offline. But when you look at bodies like tutorial, like Flashpoint, like some of them, uh, they are more like private organizations. And the little that we know of private organization is that everything seems to revolve around profit, right? This body is a charity organization, so it then means that we just need to look to pick like-minded people, right? Those that actually, of course, the proposal we can write to them. Okay, you can write to them, and we can also affiliate with schools as well. My school, for example, if you write to us, there are teachers we can organize. Of course, not. I know some of them are like, they will always look out for a token. But then, in order to appreciate their expertise, we may decide to give them a token. Maybe not something that is entirely free from their own end, but it's not going to be something huge, something big. But definitely, we can collaborate with schools. To even to Terry as well, we can write an application, a proposal to them. If they buy into it, fantastic. If not, we have bodies, we have schools that we can write to, and we can get teachers from them that can help us with it. Because basically, what this body is all about is giving to the society, right? No matter how little it is. The little said, many of these online lesson platforms, there are so many now, so many of them, right? And then you find out that the main trust, I've worked with some of them, right? And the percentage that they give to you, that's why personally I disconnected from any of them, because the percentage is more like modern slavery, so to say. All right, even to tell you as it were. So I find it difficult to, if that's their value system as far as finance is concerned, as far as what do you call that, payment, having a fair value system for payment. What they do for me is not a fair value system. So I may not even be write a proposal to them based on that. But then don't let me, because of my bad relationship, or my not so good relationship, shut that door. We can write a proposal to them. If they honor it, fine. Can have a free session, 1 day, 2 days, take this subject, take that subject, have facilitators come in, and by so doing, one, we are building a more robust campaign for this organization, basically, what this organization stands for, basically. And secondly, of course, we are affecting more lives positively. Okay, so these are beautiful ideas, but I think it should not be restricted to just online tutorial platforms. We can also approach schools, schools that we believe that their proprietors are like-minded people, right? Not people that all that they have inside their head is just how to make money, 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 money. If you have people that actually have desire for humanity, then we can also approach them and see how it's going to work out. Thank you, sir. Okay, the other question. Okay, please, do AIs have individual language, especially the ones you mentioned when you were presenting? You use MCQ to represent. Yeah. Okay. So, that's one of the beautiful things about this AI. Their database is unimaginable. It's so robust. Even some of our abbreviations, they understand it. Some of our abbreviations here. It's mind blowing. As SCQ, MCQ, OBJ, it understand what you're saying, right? And that's not just within the education sector, all right. So that's why I say we're actually dealing with a machine that is light years. Some of the Gemini, especially even ChatGPT, that's the premium version, they are almost light years ahead of us in terms of the data that they have. The data is very massive, all right. So it's not they have built into them. For example, currently there is a project someone is working on now. It's a Yoruba project, right? And what they are doing is they are collecting Yoruba, all kind of Yoruba words in volumes of data. And what do they want to use it for? They want to pack it into the AI space, such that many of you know that when you are on Facebook and you do your stuff in English, you ask it to interpret for you. At times it's correct, at times it's 10% correct. Can I have a witness here, especially on Facebook? At times it's 5% correct, at times it's not even correct at all, it's complete out of. That's because nobody's have seen that on Facebook. Hey, Jesus. Wow. So next time you are on Facebook, right, and you actually type something in English, it's going to give you a prompt down it that do you want it translated? All right, you don't want it translated, so it's going to give you that translation in, okay, Mr. Eddie, thank you, sir. It's going to give you that translation in Yoruba. You find out that many a times is not totally correct. The reason is because they are still building the database. I know of someone that they are currently working on that project now. Volumes of data of Yoruba, different words. They are transcribing. So they keep updating these guys, updating their database so that they can accommodate almost the unthinkable. The unthinkable acronym, they pack it inside. So they all of them have that universal language, they have that universal ability to almost come to your level as far as the information that you need is required. Thank you. Okay, so the brother asked earlier on, thank you so much for that. When he said, can we share some list of future jobs that will last more than 10 years as far as data analysis is concerned? And almost everybody within the accounting space or within the financial space is doing something around data analysis. Mr. Eddie, hello, sir. Yes?
No, I think his
That
answers
is a
have been
mistake.
all
Sorry.
before. Oh God.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So I said almost everybody, even teachers, everybody is running towards data analysis. What do you call UI, US, cyber security, because in last time in my school they started programming, and many of the students were screaming that they don't want to do. They hated us for trying to push them into the programming class. It was an issue. And then I sat where I was, and I was thinking that which kind of thing is this? How are we, some of us had this kind of opportunity where we don't have any, we didn't, and we told them your parents actually paid for this thing. The world is going towards programming, right? Last 2 weeks they did their project. My Jesus, I was come and see what these guys built. They built a landing page for a website. Come and see the design, right? Basically, that is where the world. That's where the world. I told them the world is tilting. The world is changing. A lot of stuff are changing now, and so for us here, data analysis is part of the new thing. So it's not looking that is not looking like it's going to, because the world is tilting heavily towards the IT space, heavily towards the IT space. So it's not looking like anything in data analysis, be it Excel, be it SQL, be it the Tableau, be it the what else again. All of those the visualization tools.
Power BI.
Thank you, Power BI. Thank you, sir. It's not looking like any of those guys is going to go obsolete in the next 10 years. It is looking more like the new. Even me said I've enrolled into the school for AI. You are not going to pack me aside. We must not be obsolete. So it's not looking like any of those, any job you pick within the AI space or the AI industry is not looking like any of it is going to go obsolete in the next 10 years. That's the truth, right? Because there are a lot of data that people need to make sense. The banking sector need to make sense of their data. The medical people need to make sense of their data. They need to be able to interpret it. They collect data every day. Everybody they collect data about each of their patients. The teachers, we mark scores. I mean, we mark we do our scores almost every we have midterms assessment, we have end of term assessment. Those are data that we use to assess the students. All right, every sector collect data, every industry, the IT industry. So, and they need somebody to help them make sense of the data. Somebody needs to help them clean those data. Somebody needs to help them interpret those data. So that sector, meanwhile, the sector has even been, but basically because of the fact that there is there seems to be a wave in the IT sector that has now brought it to limelight, that everybody is now knowing, whoa, so there's something called data processing, data analysis. So my dear brother, there is no sector that you pick a job now. In fact, I have a list of somebody send me a list of what do you call it now,
In demand.
internship.
Okay,
Internship, yes, that just go and learn this thing for about 3 to 4 months. There is an internship they send me with KPMG. There is one with Microsoft, about 4 of them. And of course, you just do like 2 or 3 month internship with them. Once you are able to run that internship successfully, you are going to get a job. And now that Naira is a bit sick, we are trusting that God will heal Naira. The dollar seems to be on the upper side. You just cash in. Before you know, by the end of the year, you have like 10 lands in Lekki, and you have built a house. All right. So basically, it's not looking like that sector is going to run dry anytime soon. All right. So you can actually stake your money on it, and you are going to be on the safe side. Thank you very much.
thank you, Mr. Oluwatobi Akinde. Can we please applaud him? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. Are there still more questions? Our facilitator is still very much available to answer our question. If there's still anybody that wants to ask question, please go ahead. Floor is still open. Okay, I think there is nobody at this point. Okay, we want to appreciate everyone for making our time to be here tonight for this training. If you agree with me, it has been a wonderful session altogether. Many thanks to our facilitator yesterday, Mr. Oluwadare Akingbade, and we are also appreciating Mr. Oluwatobi Akinde for his powerful presentation and how he has enlightened us. I personally have been so much blessed. At least today now I've learned about eduaid.ai. That's wonderful. So if I have a teacher friend, can just tell the person, have you heard of this? And the person will be like, how are you getting update about all of okay, I think someone wants Mr. Adebari. Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening.
You raised your hand. Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, please. I want. I don't know if you can just explain this. Um. Uh, yes, this Microsoft. How do I want to put? No, not really Microsoft. Uh, what's the name of this? This.
Is it ChatGPT? Is it Google Bard?
No, it's not
Is
that.
it
It's not that. That to do with this. Uh, data. I think
so, sir? I know you're on our group. So if you still remember, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group. He will address it over there.
all
If you
right.
can't recall now, that's not a problem. You can drop it on
Just
the
give me
group. He
like
will address it.
30 seconds.
Sir?
Okay, no problem. I will get in touch with you on the
When
group.
you recollect, you can drop it on the group. We'll address it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we're just going to wrap up. I just want to share a few things with us based on what we've done and also give us some announcements so that we can close. So first of all, like I said, we appreciate Mr. Toby and to also probably contribute to Mr. Buzo's question, I was when he dropped the question, I was even going to say, since we are dealing with AI, we can just ask AI automatically. Mr. Toby, what do you think? We write the prompt there, we ask Gemini, we ask ChatGPT,
Yes, sir.
top 10 skills that will last for 10 years in data analysis based on this and this and this, and then we'll have it. So I think if you are watching this recording later on, it's something you can also do for yourself. Just go to either Gemini or ChatGPT and ask the question with the right prompt. And I think that settles it as well. Just to add to what our facilitator has said. Then secondly, this is like a top up to what our facilitator has shared. There's a guy on YouTube. His name is Jeff Su, Jeffsu. He created a video on ChatGPT prompts. I think he said it took him maybe 3 hours for him. That was when ChatGPT just came out newly. It took him about, I forgot the number of hours that it took him to like tour or scour around ChatGPT to understand the whole thing. And the video is just 8 minutes. It's just 8 minutes. And I can tell you the video has about over 1 million views on YouTube. You can look at it, you can check it out in your spare time to understand prompts in ChatGPT. I've dropped the link on this chat box right there, right here in this meeting. We would also drop it on the WhatsApp group maybe after the meeting. You can look at that for, I know some of us might not be educators, some of us might be in different industries, but prompts is just like our facilitator said, prompts is the main thing. If you can prompt this AI, because like we said, it's garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't ask the question, if you don't define context, if you don't put the right action word, right plan, create, and all of those things, if you don't even tell the AI the output format, there are sometimes you tell the AI output in this form. There are sometimes you tell the AI write in this pattern. So all those things are very, very important, and that is what differentiates a good user from somebody who doesn't really know how to use AI. So when we watch that video, I'm sure we'll be really blessed. That's that. And secondly, I know our facilitator also spoke about AI. I know AI generally, but he was saying something that he has enrolled in AI class like that. There's one that is ongoing by ALX. It's actually free. I think the deadline is on it will be April 25th or so. It's free. It's called ICE, Artificial Intelligence Career Essentials. Artificial Intelligence Career Essentials. You can check it on Google. It's free. I think it's going to commence May 5th of May, but the deadline for registration is till April 25th. You can register for that as well. I'm sure that would also be helpful. I'm saying all of this because I know the video will go viral by the grace of God and people will get to learn. So those two information are very, very important for us as we expand our knowledge with the use of AI. Then lastly, I would want to speak about the organization that has put this together, and we are Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation. We want to really appreciate everyone that has participated or contributed to this training. So over the course of 2 days, we've delved into these two crucial topics: education in digital age, utilizing the multifaceted AI as tutors and learners. And the second topic that we looked at yesterday was impact of artificial intelligence on research and development. So we trust that these sessions provided you with valuable insights and practical knowledge that you can apply in your respective fields. As we continue our journey of learning and empowerment, let us to stay connected. You can join us on our social media platforms for updates on how to write essays for grants, how to write for grants, how to get grants. I'm also sure that we are also planning on a training that is tagged around optimizing LinkedIn profile. So that you can see the organization is about impacting life. When the chairman was asking questions the other time, I was like, chairman's questions are always deep. He's already thinking, how can we as a body campaign for curriculum change in Nigeria? Isn't that big? But of course, our God is big and we do big things. So that's kind of people we are in this organization. So we are all about change, positive change. We are all about growth. We are all about equipping people for a better life. So your support is very, very invaluable to us, and we wish you, and if you wish to further contribute to our cause, you can do so by supporting us financially. You can also go to our Instagram and do at Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation. You can check it on Google.
You can join us, like our post, share, and also tell friends and family. Yes. So thank you for your time. Chairman, is there any other thing that I missed out? Or Chief President, if there's something I missed out, please, before we wrap up and close for the evening, for the night.
Not really.
Not really.
Want to
Want
appreciate
to appreciate
everyone,
everyone,
the facilitators,
facilitators,
and the participants.
participants.
More to come
More
soon.
to come
Thank you very
soon.
much.
Very much. Okay. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Toby, for your time. And thank you, everyone, for joining. You all are wonderful. And please do have a great night and a productive week. Thank you so much. And good night.
Oh.
Oh.